She has become an iconic character, and now we're to the point where everybody wants to dress up as her for Halloween.
But only because it's so sexy. It's like being a sexy cat.
But she is.
Like, it's just...
she is sexy, right? She's everybody's like crush.
Totally.
But I also during the film I thought she was like badass and like awesome. She was just kicking everybody's ass, kicking every male's ass, by the way. And I thought the fight scenes were really good.
Yeah.
And I thought I did like the soundtrack. I thought there was a lot of times I was like nodding along and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the soundtrack was really good. It looked really good.
Yeah. It just seemed like it couldn't figure out exactly what it was. Like, because I get the chaos and storytelling is like the chaos of her mind and it's like jumping around and attention span. But then I'm like, but how bad is she meant to be? Because in the beginning she's like breaking a guy's legs for looking at her funny or telling her to stop.
Yeah.
And then by the end, spoiler alert, she's like suddenly got a conscience and she's feeling bad about stuff.
She wants to help this little girl.
And this guy, the takeaway owner, is like suddenly
But he's also a male, so he's going to turn on her.
Yeah, of course. And then I just found the whole thing like you couldn't figure out how badass she was meant to be.
Okay,
and I think it kept going, alright, we'll have her do really crazy stuff to make her be crazy. But then we'll have to make her likeable, so we'll put in this scene. Or like,
we better remind you, by the way, that she's a woman and she stands for all these feminism rights. Why? And she said something like, "Reasons you hate me is because I've got a vagina."
Yeah.
And I don't mind lines like that every so often, but it was like 17 of them.
Well, the thing is, like, I know that a lot of men don't like women. That's fair enough, and I guess that a lot of the men in these comics don't. But I just, I just couldn't get past how much it beat me over the head with the fact that she was a woman, and so I was meant to be on her side.
Meant to like her.
Yeah.
She's meant to be badass.
Yeah, and it was like they were trying to make the bad guy a good guy, the bad girl a good girl.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, but the whole point, I don't know. I would find it way more empowering if it just wasn't such a thing that she's a woman. Like,
it became a big thing. Yeah.
And I know that's like a point they're trying to make, and it's Hollywood, so maybe it's just the landscape they're in where they've got to do it that way.
Yeah.
But like, the Batman films aren't about the fact that he's a man. They're just like, that's a part of the film, and then he has a character that's more developed. Yeah, yeah. The whole film felt to me about the fact that she was a woman.
And she's trying to do this thing for women by telling you why she's doing it. By the way, I'm doing this, by the way. Like, she kept reminding you.
And it's fine to make a film about being a woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for that's not what they're pretending the film's about.
Absolutely.
They're pretending it's a comic book story.
There's loads of films about being a woman. There's loads of films about being a man.
Yeah. And those are legitimate.
Yeah, yeah.
But don't pretend it's about a diamond and finding out this and that and the next thing. And like, I feel like it's more condescending than it is.
It is a bit condescending. I felt as if I kind of had an idea what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't know why they were doing it. I didn't know why they kept having to remind me. I knew they had to reintroduce characters because we hadn't met them before.
Yeah.
And even when we first met the other Birds of Prey, I thought this could be a lot of potential because they all could be really interesting. Yeah. But then, like the girl with the crossbow,
the
Huntress. I couldn't remember our superhero name. Huntress. I thought she was going to be great.
Yeah.
She was the hood up and she was killing folk and she was all mysterious and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then by the end she was like kind of nerdy and she was like joining up with her and that sort of thing, doing the exact same as the policewoman was doing.
Yeah.
Just because she's not getting treated right at work.
Yeah.
Now she's joining with the one that they're looking for.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I get that it's going to be hard to introduce 4 new characters and Harley Quinn. And it's going to be, you're not going to care about them as much as, say, the Avengers, who have been rooting for 18 films.
Yeah.
And I know we shouldn't compare DC and Marvel, I know, but like, for example, Black Widow's coming out in a couple of months, and we already love her because of all those films.
Yeah.
So DC are at a disadvantage because we don't have all that history to love Harley Quinn and to love all the Birds of Prey and stuff like that. So we have to go in and kind of lose our imagination.
Yeah.
And go, right, let's see what you've got, tell me who they are, and then I'll be on board. But the fact they kept reminding you who they were, they kept reminding you why they were doing certain things, right to the end of the film, like the very last scene, they were still sitting around each other, telling each other.
Because remember that one time when this happened.
And then we kicked him in the balls. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know, I have no issue with things like that, but it was just like, I was like, why did you keep telling me?
I just think like subtle stuff is more effective, and it makes you go, oh, that's jarring. Oh,
it makes you think about it.
Because she's female and they're all being chauvinist, got it. rather than like the T-shirt that's like I shaved my balls for this
How?
and all of that.
Oh
and
my
you're
god!
Like, I understand they're trying to be like punky and cool.
Yeah.
It was too much for me.
I love a coming of age story, whether it's for a female or a male or an animal or anyone, and those films are perfect because it's like a beginning, a middle, and end of this progression of whoever you are.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it was all over the place, and it was just like I didn't really see what the point was. And I thought a Harley Quinn film, a character that is really popular, they could have done all these really cool things. I kind of went, as I was going in, I was expecting it to be, you know, it's the Birds of Prey and it's going to be this like feminism thing, but it was just I thought they just got that aspect of it wrong.